In this video, we are going to implement knapsack problem, right, using dynamic method. That's what the question asks. The sixth program is of two divisions, 6A and 6B. In 6A, we are going to implement the 0-1 knapsack problem using dynamic programming method. So what is the dynamic programming method? So it can be applied to a problem if the problem satisfies two conditions. The condition 1 says optimal substructure property, and second condition is overlapping substructure property. Then only you can apply the dynamic problem solving. The 0-1 knapsack problem says each object can either be taken completely or not at all. That's the meaning of 0 or 1. You can't partially select the object, right? Next, the index objects are some order as 0 to n minus 1. We'll give some max values w, zeros, the weights, and we still have to decide whether to keep object index between 0 and n. And random intermediate problem max value it can be constructed using subproblems. That's what I said. The subproblem structure also should be applicable in order for dynamic programming. So let us see the program. We have what is there in the program. We have a weight, and this is for profits, and this is for vector calculations to store the array. And for the knapsack problem, I have two for loops for comparisons, two conditions here, else and else. If I and j are zeros, we make as v of I j as 0. Otherwise, if w of I is greater than j, this will be done. Else, the maximum of these values are assigned to v of ij, and we will calculate the maximum profit by adding all those profits here. And at last, we'll print that maximum profit out of this problem. That's what our problem solution. We need to get the maximum profit out of the given problem, right? So we need to calculate the max using this function. Just comparison. If a is greater than b, it returns a, otherwise it returns b. The main program what we having is we'll read the integer, how many number of objects you want to enter, and then the weights for that objects here, that will be added in w of I, and then I need to ask for the profits from that particular objects, and then the capacity. What is the capacity at most you can store in that knapsack, right? Let us see how to execute the program. I already stored the program, so I also compiled it. For your reference, I will again compile it. So before compiling, I'll just remove the previous class files. So now I'm having only two Java files, 6A and 6B. Now let us compile Java file of 6A. So 6A.java. So there are no errors. Now let us again check what are the different files I am having now. So I got this new file called knapsack.class, which is the compilation output of that 6A.java. Now use that file using Java command, Java knapsack without extension, enter. So it will ask us to enter the number of objects. So I will use 6. I should enter the weights. 6 weights are for the objects. I will give some random weights, 4, 6, 3, then 2, and then 4. Profits, I'll use some 25, 54, 63 and 26, 42 and 18. Capacity, so since there are objects are 6, I will use 8. So more than number of objects what you entered you can give, so that you will get some maximum amount. The amount profit will get, it will be the summation of some profits, so that you can choose complete objects, right? Then you get the weightage. You can see here the number of maximum profit is 105. So 105 is generated. So it is generated by adding two elements, 63 and 42. So they have taken two elements here. I need to take complete elements. So 63 and 42. This is the maximum profit you can get it from this problem. So this is how you can execute 6A program.